Hi, this is Tamara Drake with UkiahValley.tv, bringing you the latest in news from Mendocino County. In Tuesday's Board of Supervisors meeting, Supervisor Carrie Brown told the board that the county was moving forward on combating the pressing water shortage.
We are in a water crisis, and that this board has taken action at a previous meeting, and we're looking at a drought declaration coming forward on March 3rd. Also, we're going to have a countywide report from our water agency manager on February 24th, and I hope that we'll get a clearer picture of where we stand.
During public comment, Richard Johnson took the board to task about former Supervisor Jim Wattenberger's admission in December that he carried a loaded weapon to board meetings.
I'm speaking today on behalf of the Voters Union, and I'm going to recommend that you instruct your county council to request the Ukiah City Police and the district attorney investigate Jim Wattenberger for violations of the penal code in respect to carrying a loaded weapon, possibly carrying a loaded weapon into these board chambers. Ladies and gentlemen, these chambers are a sacred space. We have to come here in peace to agree, disagree, argue back and forth, but never to threaten, especially not physically threaten each other. In the old days, the Old West, a barroom required the patrons to check their weapons at the door. That wasn't done here. Supervisor Wattenberger has reduced this room, these chambers, into something less secure than an Old West barroom. However, Penal Code Section 120.25, carrying an unregistered weapon is without carrying an unregistered concealed weapon is punishable by a year in jail and a $1,000 fine. Penal Code 120.25C, peace officer may arrest with probable cause anyone they feel is carrying a weapon.
In discussions with Bill Woodworth, Emergency Services Coordinator for the county, John Pinches questioned the use of seized assets in emergency situations.
All I'm saying is we have a generator out there set up and was integrated in this building to operate, and I guess the generator, but the wiring was never done to where it don't tie in. Cause
that would be a facilities question you would need to ask.
Could somebody follow up on that, though?
Absolutely.
Because sooner or later somebody's going to hit another pole and our power is going to go out again. And this, there's a lot of functions that happen in this building.
Sheriff Tom Allman said the process of using seized assets was complicated.
If it was legal for us to use the generators for government generators that have been seized in asset seizures, illegal growing operations, we wouldn't have had to purchase one for our jail last month. I'd be more than willing to sit down with your CEO or with you and explain the process further. I just don't want to venture into waters where other people have ventured and they've had their asset seizures cut off from the federal and state governments.
And Wednesday, we caught up with Sheriff Tom Allman, who explained how the Sheriff's Department will attempt to educate growers and enforce the marijuana policy in Mendocino County. When the citizen initiative Proposition 215 passed, it removed criminal penalties for the personal use, possession, and cultivation of marijuana for medical purposes. There has been subsequent confusion around Senate Bill 420, which some feel unconstitutionally established further regulations, including limiting the amount of marijuana a patient or caregiver can keep.
Right now we have citizens calling in and asking us what the law is. I've even had attorneys call me and ask me what the law is. And until we have this case decision, the Kelly case come out of the state Supreme Court, it's really tough to get an exact answer on what the law is. And so it's a very confusing era for everybody. The fact that in Brook Trails, the area that's northwest of Willits, it's illegal to own a rooster because of the public nuisance. But it's perfectly legal to have 6 marijuana plants. Enforcing the law means also respecting the rights of people who are growing within the boundaries. Last year in 2008, the Sheriff's Office entered 154 gardens of marijuana where the proper documentation was shown to the deputies. They were growing within the boundaries, and the deputy sheriffs left without cutting down a single plant. Well, that's progress. That's where we hope to get to, where deputy sheriffs can say, this person is complying with the law and we're not going to have to come back here. From the air, you can easily see what growers really don't give a darn about environmental laws. And you go after those people. And you say, we're going to eradicate your dope, we're going to seize your assets, and you're going to go through the court system. And the very first thing they'll say is, well, I thought it was legal in this county. There's some people who have moved to our county that believe that, based on what they've seen on TV or what they've read in the paper, they think you can grow anything you want here and do whatever you want with. Well, those people are going to get arrested this year.
In other news, UkiahValley.tv scored yet another exclusive one-on-one, this time with Mendocino County Department Head, who has broken ranks with CEO Tom Mitchell and decided to come forward and answer a list of 4 questions posed by Ukiah Daily Journal editor Casey Meadows. The faces have been blurred, and the names have been changed to protect their identities. Thanks for being here. Can you tell us what your yearly salary is?
Most department heads make anywhere from 70 to 110, with about 40% benefits on top of that.
And what are your job duties?
Job duties, mostly managing budget, hiring staff, and going to meetings.
What do you believe will be the challenges facing your department in 2009?
2009, of course, is going to be budget crisis, keeping enough staff, union issues, trying to weed through seniority issues, helping the board through tough times, and helping out the CEO's office to ensure that the county can supply services that it may need.
Oh, is that your dog?
Oh,
how cute. She wants to be on TV. How do you feel about the word owner as opposed to the word guardian? Okay, and in the final question, how many people do you supervise and who are they?
Well, I'd like to read from one of my favorite doctors on this one, a great psychologist, and I think the government could learn a lot from following some of his teachings. Oh, the jobs people work at. Out west near Hotch Hotch, there's a Hotch-Hotcher bee watcher. His job is to watch, is to keep both his eyes on the lazy town bee. A bee that is watched will work harder, you see. Well, he watched and he watched, but in spite of his watch, that bee didn't work any harder, not watch. And then somebody said, our old bee watching man just isn't bee watching as hard as he can. He ought to be watched by another Hotch-Hotcher. The thing that we need is a bee watcher. Well, the bee watcher watched the bee watcher. He didn't watch well, so another Hotch-Hotcher had to come in and watch the watcher. Today, all the Hotch-Hotchers who live in Hotch Hotch are watching a watcher watching. Watching the watcher who's watching that bee. You're not a Hotch-Hotcher. You're lucky, you see.
Well, thank you for being here today. For further government philosophy, you can go to your local library and reference Dr. Seuss. This is Tamara Drake with Uvtv. Thanks for joining us. Check back often for more local news.